big-time celebrities. Hey, Brodie.
Hey, Mike, how you doing? You know, they're an East Bay father and son, and this past summer they got the opportunity to go on a baseball road trip of a lifetime. And, you know, they didn't do it just for fun. They went for a reason. Pretty soon, their story is going to be told in the form of a full-length movie.
The idea was more than 10 years in the making. A's fans Robert Cochrane and his father Dan would visit all 30 Major League ballparks in this span of one summer. The plan was postponed several times, but life's priorities changed when in 2001 Dan was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease.
Last year, February 2004, I was watching Field of Dreams, rewatching it, and I saw that Kevin Costner's character didn't get to do what he wanted to do with his dad. It was great heartbreak throughout, and I was bawling. I mean, ridiculously bawling.
So last June, Robert and Dan packed up their Ford Explorer, and with the camera rolling and hardly any money or plans made, they were off. Most of the time staying in campgrounds to save the expenses of fancy hotels.
It's like, where are you going to stay, and do you have tickets in all these games? No.
No.
Not at all. I mean, that's why the trip was constantly in flux on the road.
I would say right now I'm overwhelmed. You know, if you'd have seen the scene trying to set up this simple shot a moment ago, you'd really understand that.
Slowly but surely, father and son documented their way across the country, visiting cathedrals like Boston's Fenway Park.
The way they treated us was extraordinary. They had us out on the field for batting practice. Bob got to interview Peter Gammon. They took us up on the Green Monster. They gave us great seats. It was just, we were blown away.
As they traveled, so did their story.
It is the road trip of a lifetime for a baseball-loving father and son. Well, now one father and son are taking their love for the game on the road.
This father-son duo will tour every Major League ballpark.
A son and his father, who has Parkinson's disease, are traveling to every professional baseball park in the country.
You see, Robert and Dan weren't just making this movie for themselves. They were making it as a fundraiser for the National Parkinson's Foundation.
We want to raise awareness and funds for the National Parkinson Foundation for the Parkinson, I guess, experience. That's where all the money's going to go.
Eventually, the Cochranes came across that old cornfield in Iowa. It was only fitting that, like the movie, this father and son would get to play a game of catch on that same field of dreams. Two weekends ago, Robert and his dad were back playing catch, only this time in a more familiar setting. The two, together with family, took in a game at the Coliseum to celebrate the completion of their film entitled Boys of Summer.
30 parks, 64 days, and over 20,000 miles on the road. The best part of the whole trip? Well, it may have been simply playing catch. My dad is deteriorating, but as he reminds me, we're all dying. It's the price of living. Through all the ups and downs, the frustrations and joys, not a moment went by that either of us doubted we were completely alive. And that's pretty good.
Definitely a great story. And, you know, Mike, this movie just finished editing, and currently they're in the process of selling it to a distributor. So you should be hearing about it pretty soon. And like I said, Mike, just a truly great story, and especially about two A's fans, East Bay guys, that just went out and had a good time, documented it, and all for a good cause.
And what a way to finish right here at the McAfee Coliseum.
Definitely.
Brodie, great story. Look forward to watching the film.